since I am addressing audience here in Mumbai, I would like to give a little bit more information on the genesis of the foundation and what it has achieved over the last so many years. The foundation started in the year 2007. In the Usha Lakshmi, in the name of the foundation, is actually Dr. Raghuram's mother, who herself is a very accomplished medical professional, a doctor. But she was detected with breast cancer, and Dr. Raghuram, who was working in UK at that time, Dr. Raghuram has studied in England. In fact, he is one of the very few Indians who has got fellowships of all the 4 royal colleges in England and Scotland and Wales. He decided to come back and not only stand by his mother, but also ensure that the other people who face this problem of breast cancer, something significant is done for them. So in the year 2000, this great foundation was started in Hyderabad. And many of you would be aware that the incidence of breast cancer is quite high in Indian women. And one of the main reasons for it is, for a variety of reasons, early detection does not take place. Women who fall prey to this problem, this issue, they seldom report about it till it reaches a very, very advanced stage. And it is not really, it's not really very difficult or complicated to go through an early detection process. But knowing the fact that there are social taboos, there are cultural barriers in women coming forward, taking the responsibility of reporting this problem on their own, what we have done in the foundation is to train an army of volunteers, mostly health workers, who go from village to village, who go to all the working class neighborhoods, who go to all the poor neighborhoods and train the women in how do they do this kind of a self-examination by themselves. And once through that self-examination process, if some woman suspects that something could be wrong, then such women are pooled, and then a mobile kind of a camp is organized where further more scientific detection takes place. And in case someone is found to be really facing this problem, then very high level, very high quality treatment, therapy, etc. is done at specialized hospitals. In fact, Dr. Raghuram has built the first purpose-built breast cancer unit in Hyderabad, the first of its kind in our country, so to say. And this entire range of activities, right from the first level of self-examination to the second level of scientific mammography to surgeries, etc., we offer it completely free of cost. And in the last 10 years or so, the outreach of this campaign has been phenomenal. Not only the entire state of Telangana has been saturated by this effort, the neighboring state of Andhra Pradesh also has been covered to a significant extent. And we count on your support to really take the foundation activities to next level. Thank you very much.
Darling of millions, Shri Amitabh Bachchan ji, whose word is respected, whose views on various things are respected by almost everybody in the country, Dr. Raghuram, media friends, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, and ladies and gentlemen. There is nothing much I can tell except that as chairman of Administrative Staff College of India, one of my functions is to see the policy, the public policy and policy implementation. So then I get as he said, a ringside view of what is happening in the country, and especially being in Hyderabad, I see what is happening there. Only 2 points I want to mention here. What is the need for this mobile app? Why is it necessary? It is necessary for 2 reasons. Because breast cancer is the most common cancer amongst ladies. And you know, only about 12.5% of the people go to the doctors at the earliest stages. So that means almost the remaining 88% of the people go at a later stage. 2, the incidence of cancer is very high in America, in a country like America. But the deaths are very few there. Whereas the incidence of cancer is much lower in India, but the deaths are much higher because people go late to the doctors, you know. And another view is, a lot of people think that cancer is a genetic disease. Actually, research has shown that only about 10% of the cancers are genetically related. I mean, that is a prime, risk factor, only in 10% of the cases. In 90% of the cases, it is something to do with the environment, your family life, in the sense at what age have you married, at what age have you produced the first child, how many children you have, and the cycle of estrogen and all those things. So most of these facts are not known. In the rural areas, you can take it for granted. It's perhaps because of poverty, because of illiteracy and all those things. But what happens in a city? In the cities, actually the incidence of cancer in the cities is about 6 times more than in the villages. The rural areas, 5 females out of a lakh of people are subject to cancer. But whereas in cities, it is about 30 per a lakh of people. Why? There can be many reasons. One is their lifestyle here in the cities, or 2, it may be because they have an access to the doctor, so they go there very quickly, so they get diagnosed. But these facts are not known very much. In the case of villages, it's a lack of knowledge. In the case of cities, it is an overload of information. There is so much of information every day coming out. There's so much of research going on in the cancer area. Again, it's very difficult to make sense out of those things unless somebody who is an expert puts the whole thing in an intelligent manner, in a simple language, in a language understood by the people. That's the reason why this has come out. Now, you should also know something about the author of this, Dr. Raghuram. A mention has been made that he has come back from England, even though he had a wonderful job there. He and his wife, both of them were having good jobs. But the point is, I have been watching him. He is an extraordinary and an exceptional gentleman I have seen. In the cancer, there is a lot of scope for ethical malpractices. I have seen one of the most ethical doctors I have seen. Because what happens is, when cancer is not there, you recommend surgery. When surgery is not possible, you still recommend surgery. There are so many things. And one more thing is, his patients, I think they adore him, they love him. And that is because of the empathy and sympathy he has towards those people. I have also noticed one more thing. Though he is a well-qualified doctor, he sees, the paying patients, only 30% of the time, his time, official time, he spends on the patients. 70% of the time, he spends on sort of advocating, creating awareness, talking about the disease, and then counseling the patients prior to the surgery, post-surgery, and all those things. So 70%. So because of that, actually his earnings are much less than many other doctors. So he has many qualities, and I'm glad he has brought out this in 12 languages, and it's going to be unveiled by no less than, as I said, the darling of the millions, Shri Amitabh Bachchan. I wish the venture a great success. Thank you.